Alrighty, y'all, it is time. We have PeasSMB doing Mario Kart World All Knockout Tours. We are ready to go. So, Peas, without further ado, please take it away.
All right, hello everyone. Um, it it feels pretty funny being part of the closer of this event. So we got some awesome Mario Kart World coming up here, and really excited to play through this game. At least a knockout tour. It's one of the brand new modes that they added to the game. But before we get into all that, I have a very awesome commentator who may or may not also be playing this game shortly after me.
Yeah, y'all already met the bonus friends, so you're gonna get to see all question mark panels, which is honestly a completely different flavor of Mario Kart than Knockout Tours. So that'll be some nice contrasting styles of gameplay, and there's a bid war going for that right now too.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. I have not looked at this at all yet. What is the current status of that bid war?
Oh, that bid war currently is neck and neck. Let me double check if there's been any movement. Currently, we have Parabitty in first place with $45 and Baby Daisy not too far behind with $40. We had a
that is really
couple
close.
donations here I want to get into once we've gotten this run started that we can share some love about.
So I'm there's Baby Daisy on P's screen. Do you mind hovering Parabitty as well, really quick, just so people can see both?
Yes.
I'm absolutely on Team Parabitty and Peas, I believe, is on Team Baby Daisy, as you possibly may have seen through the interview.
Cute. Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, that determines which character I use in the all panels run. They have the same stats. Do not worry about that. They have the same stats. It's purely a pride and a preference thing.
Yes. All right.
Listen,
I'm sorry. Go on.
I understand, but I just want to say we're raising money for Girls Make Games, and I think there's nothing better we can do but put money to the women incentive part of this bid war while raising money for them. I'm just saying, I love the Baby Daisy design. She's so cute.
Well, we can continue with this bit as you get into the run here.
Yeah.
So essentially, we're going to be choosing Bowser on the Real Racer or the Junkyard Hog, but I'm actually feeling Real Racer this time. If you saw my GDQ run, I did this on Junkyard Hog, but I kind of like this Bowser outfit. And yes, in this game, there are a handful amount of costumes that you can pick from, which is, I think, pretty sick. It was actually introduced in Mario Kart Tour. So we're going to choose that, and we are actually going to go from left to right. You can actually start this in any order. I believe it's actually faster to start in like any order because of how long some of these rallies are and how unlucky you could possibly get in some of these. So with that, we're going to go ahead and start in Helix. Could you give me a countdown this time?
Absolutely. On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So, Mario Kart World is a Switch 2 launch title, as you may or may not know. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was pretty much like the main Switch game for like literally 8 years at this point, and it's really nice to have a brand new game. The mechanics are, I would argue, similar to both that and Mario Kart Wii. So, instead of 10 coins, we have 20 coins. And for Knockout Tour, that's going to be very important. And the reason why we choose Bowser is because we want to capitalize on top speed versus mini turbo speed, which is a bit of a bit of a nerf to my skill ever so slightly because I love snaking. But as someone who's played a lot of competitive Mario Kart, it was pretty easy for me to adjust to this game's mechanics at a very quick rate. So, oh, unfortunate red. So what I'm trying to do here is stay in the mid pack early on, so I can pull a mushroom or a power item, so that I can avoid that situation right there. So just like that, we already have our 20 coins, and we are essentially gonna have a pretty big breakaway. And since this is intermissions, we won't get to the main track until lap 6. So this is like perfect timing to have a little bit of a yapping session, because I mean, while there are some handful amount of shortcuts that I'll be performing in the intermissions, there really isn't much to talk about other than the stuff that I just explained. However, I may miss some things regarding, like how fast we go, and hopefully Helix will cover the rest of the things that I missed in her run as well.
I mean, if we have a good moment to yap as well, I do have a couple donations I'd love to get a chance to read if it's a good time now.
Perfect timing. Go for it.
Perfect. We have 2 donations that I'll get to read for y'all here. First one here from Anonymous for $20, who says, "Little green heart." They didn't say it, they put a little emoticon of a green heart, and it's very cute. Thank you very much, Anonymous. And we have a $25 donation, also from Anonymous, who says, "Do you remember her,
yes.
the 21st night of September? It's as if it was yesterday, especially for the East Coasters. Woohoo! Mario Kart World." That's as far as they went, but thank you very much for the $25. And chat, if you want an opportunity to write the rest of the lyrics for me to sing while we're going through this race, please, by all means, do so.
Yes.
Not every host would have sang that, so full points to you for that one, Marcy.
Oh, I will do it. It is for the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund, and I want to see that $3,000 milestone hit. And I want some more movement on that bid war between Baby Daisy and Para Bitty Bud, because I want my girl Baby Daisy to be given the limelight she deserves.
Thank you, Marcy.
Baby Daisy currently has the world record in the category. Baby Daisy is not lacking in spotlight, all right?
I'm sorry,
Para Bitty Bud,
didn't hear what you
meanwhile,
said.
Is just a fun little friend.
Ooh, okay, that was awesome. Full disclosure, that was for science.
That was neat.
So
yeah, the feather does make a return in this game. Very situationally useful. Sometimes very useful, sometimes not useful at all.
yeah, and that was a very rare case of it being super useful for me. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna take this red shell here because I have a coin. So the bad thing about using this combo is that this is extremely low on acceleration. So I don't know if y'all saw me taking the blue shell. I actually pressed down on the D-pad to rewind. It's so that I basically save. Oh wow, that's awesome. Wait, do we get a star to me? We do not. So getting blued, you lose like I believe 3 to 4 seconds. You have a lot of end lag essentially, and with this low acceleration, you just lose more time if you don't rewind. That being said, there is a variable to where you can do the run without pressing the rewind button to have a more traditional Mario Kart run, or you can just have the rewind button as it's a brand new feature, and it's really good for practicing a lot of the strats in this game. I've used it a handful amount of times in time trials whenever I was learning new strats and whatnot, and even now I'm still learning strats. I play this game competitively, and even then, I don't have everything mastered, and I don't think a lot of people still do because this game's been out for 3 months at this point. Oh, I can just do this. Yeah.
Nice. It's entertaining. Always fun to skip blue shells that way. Yeah, the rewind button is imperative for all question mark panels as well. Just so many routing. What am I trying to say? It's very important to the routing, and I think if we didn't have the rewind button, that category would be significantly slower, significantly more boring, and significantly more punishing if you make a mistake.
Exactly. Oh, nice super.
Oh
hard.
my gosh. I will say it's not for this game, but for particularly Hollow Knight, which is the game I've done the most speedruns of, there is a comprehensive debug tool that the community has made to allow us to test and just like practice things. Completely changes the dynamic of speedruns because you're not just sitting there like, oh, I gotta get to this point to then practice this trick once and it's gonna take for like you just go straight to the thing. You get to practice it over and over again until it works. It is so cool to see tools like this being embraced by companies and letting us not only have a better accessibility with having stuff like this, but it just makes our lives so much easier for routing and such.
Shout out to the people who make these tools.
Yes.
Similar thing in Monkey Ball, there is a practice mod that you can basically apply to Super Monkey Ball 2 or to any custom level pack you're playing a Super Monkey Ball 2. And it gives you a whole bunch of tools. You can jump to like sections of levels. You can turn on some like extra timers. There's an input display. There are console save states with that practice mod. It's absurd. It's incredible.
So cool.
So that's just another example. Piaz and I both notably Super Monkey Ball speedrunners as well.
Yes, those are our main games, but we also play Mario Kart. Get rid of that blue real quick.
I ended up playing a lot more Mario Kart than I thought I would. This game, and specifically free roam speedruns, really hooked me.
I too am an SMB person and belong in this crowd.
I'll count it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to see Captain Marcy return for whenever we play a certain Wario track They used that.
Oh, you be bringing me out of retirement for that, I see.
Yes.
How far into this run is that junkyard level?
It is the 4th cup, so probably like 20 or so minutes.
20 or so minutes. Hey, Chad. Maybe if we hit like, I don't know, 2850 on that total tracker for the event, we can get a little return of Pirate Marcy.
Yes.
Maybe put that towards our bid war as well, because that will go both towards the bid war and the milestone if you make sure to hit that incentive button at the bottom of the Tiltify pay screen.
Yeah.
Hey, we call that a 2-for-1.
Ooh, 2 for 1. Oh,
A twofer.
pretty good feather, but I'm not going to be using it for Acorn Heights. It's just coming up here. So, the tracks that we have just played through or drove through, Desert Hills, Mario Bros. Circuit, one of the nitro tracks in the game, the first new track of the game, Moo Moo Meadows, Choco Mountain, and then this was just Mario Circuit from the SNES, and we're gonna end this with Acorn Heights. This is one of my favorite tracks to drive, and one of my best tracks online actually. You'll see why. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is charge a Ultra Mini Turbo, get a trick off of this rail. We're actually doing a little bit of the more consistent strat. You can actually trick off of the side there, but it's very difficult to execute, and I wouldn't recommend doing that if you're really starting out. Hop on this. Oh, well, we're gonna hop on this rail here. We're gonna trick right around here. I'm gonna hold the B button actually. Get a little trick. Get a trick here, and bada bing, bada boom. That's the hardest part of the track, by the way. So without pressing the B button, you're gonna have a very difficult time getting that NISC or no item shortcut.
Such a cool shortcut. I love that one.
Yep.
And yeah, that is commonly known as a NISC. NISC stands for no item shortcut, as you heard Peace say. So if we ever say NISC, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, thank you for explaining that. And yeah, I just home XA'd because it is faster to do that than watch Bowser's MVP screen, which we will see whenever we complete the final cup. I want to get things done as quickly as possible, and home XA is a lot faster. I actually used to have a lot of profiles on this Switch, but I deleted them, and I also turned off the feature where it checks to see which profile you're playing on. So it's not like I may add another profile again in the future, but for the most part, I just need this one just for the speedrun. Home XA makes things faster. Oh, this is the Ladybug.
Oh, hey. Hi, friends.
Hi, Parabitty Bud.
I actually have a lot of profiles because all panels needs to start from a fresh file, and the only way to do that without, I mean, you can erase your main file, but I'm not going to do that, so I just have a bunch of different profiles set up on my Switch.
Okay, so we're gonna slow down a little bit here, and I'm gonna keep my triple shrooms. I could chain them into the set here, but I would like to pull a dodging item, and okay, 4 shrooms is fine. That is a coin shell. These bots would like to not be mean to me. So, fun fact, Knockout Tour used to be like one of the most difficult things in the whole game because of the CPUs. They actually nerfed them in one update. I can't remember which update it was. I think it was the most recent update. But the Grand Prix was very difficult, and that's a coin shell. Which made things very difficult to 3-star, but even then you don't get anything for 3-starring these cups. But it's really nice to have easy CPUs to basically play through the game without getting completely Mario Karted. I have still gotten Mario Karted by these bots, even early game with this, so... And that was Sky.
It is.
That was Sky.
It is important to make sure you're toward the front because, as you're seeing, you know, if you're familiar with the way Knockout Tour works, every so often the bottom 4 racers are eliminated. Mm-hmm. As with right now, so only racers in the top 20 get to continue racing. So if Peas were in spots 21 through 24 there, that would have been very bad.
Yeah, which is extremely rare. I don't think that's ever happened to me unless I was like practicing.
No, I don't think I do not expect that to happen either.
All right, so we're gonna take a little trip to the tree section here. Ideally, you want a mushroom for this, but it's funny to take the scenic route here. Oh, nice.
I didn't even know that was an option. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. You actually want either a feather or a mushroom, but even then, I didn't lose that much time driving through the snow, and I'm still in first, and that's really all that matters. So I'm actually going to be doing one of the mandatory shortcuts. Oh, we have a Kamek. The Kamek is Snowman. Okay. That's actually good that I didn't turn into the Snowman because Bowser has the best stats all around, minus the mini turbo stat. So we're better off just keeping the character that we're playing as.
Yeah, if Kamek turns you into a character, you get that character's stats. Only for a limited time, of course, but still.
Interesting.
All right, so that was a pretty decent
Oh.
cut right there. Shoutouts to, I believe, Luigi fan for showcasing that that NISC in one of the former world record runs. I believe this is still 5th place. I might have gotten knocked down since I haven't really touched this category for a bit since I was focusing more competitively. But my PB at the time that I submitted it was 5th place. So it's good to know that I'm still top 5 in some of these categories, even though I barely do speedruns of this these days, because I'm interested in other aspects of Mario Kart World and other speed games as well. So
Almost like you're just good at the game or something.
there's also that. All right. So there's not been a blue shell yet, which is, now that I've opened my mouth, there's probably going to be a blue.
I was gonna say, you had to say something.
All right, so we've driven through Sky High Sunday, Starview Peak, and now this is Dandelion Heights. So Knockout Tour, you don't necessarily drive through like the entirety of the new track. You essentially drive through bits and pieces of it in the form of intermissions. So you also get to hear its amazing music, and I think this game has one of the biggest soundtracks of the whole Mario franchise. Like, it doesn't rival that of Smash Bros, but it's very close. There's like...
Yeah, the soundtrack in this game is incredible, especially in free roam. Wow.
You get to hear remixes of mostly every single Mario Kart track in the series, and in Mario games in general. I remember popping off hearing Mario Galaxy music.
I will complain slightly and say that I think the music is too quiet in this game. I often can't hear it, and there's no way to turn it up.
Yeah.
So, oops.
I do want to ask, Helix, isn't your run going to be done in free roam, or is it done in a different mode?
Yep, that is in free roam. So you'll get to hear at least portions of some of those songs. I might not be in I'm morphing around the map a lot, so you're not going to get to hear most of the full songs, but you'll at least hear some of them.
Well, I will say, speaking of your run, we do have a $5 donation from GYC Omega saying, everyone, do your best to donate for a good cause. Even if you can't donate much, I can do it, and you guys can too. Signed, the Ice and Moon Rally world record holder.
Oh, let's go.
I assume you two will know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Knockout Tour category.
Now, I will say this was not applied to one of the two options for the bid war, either Baby Daisy or Parabitty Bud. So make sure when you are going to the donate page, you're gonna want to click specifically the incentives button at the bottom of the page first before you apply your donation, or it's not gonna go through correctly. But thank you very much for the $5.
Yeah, Gayukal Omega is very active in the scene, very solid runner.
Wait,
Very knowledgeable about the game as well.
wait, Helix. I just did a thing where I just hopped while driving. Could you explain what just happened?
Wait, you honked? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, I hopped. But
Oh, you hopped?
yeah.
I heard honk. That was like, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so this game, in addition to adding wall rides and rail grinds, also adds a charge jump. If you hold the drift button without holding a direction, then you'll charge a jump, and after a certain point, once you see sparks coming out of the tires, just like you were doing a mini turbo, you release your jump at that point, you'll get a bit of a hop. It's neat. It's extremely useful in the all-panel speedrun. Probably more useful than it is in this run, but I imagine it definitely still has its uses here as well.
That's actually a very important use because you maintain most of your forward momentum. They also changed how tricks work, or I guess the tricks boost work in an update. I think it's like either it's this recent update or 2 updates ago. Regardless, in some cases it's slower to do a charge jump after landing from a trick, but I think people just still do it anyway because it really doesn't lose that much time. All right, I gotta make sure to back this green because I need 2 dash items for 1 shortcut that I'm actually gonna do. So fun fact, the Boo cannot steal these items. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
if I can get this right, 1, 2, there we go. Okay.
Nicely done.
So unfortunately,
Dash Food actually has 3 different tiers, small, medium, and large, and I can explain a bit more about that later because it sounds like Peas was about to say something.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, unfortunately, you can't use the dash items to dodge the blue shell.
Yes, that is true.
It'd be really nice but unfortunately, you know, that's not the case. You can either fall off the track, rewind if you're not playing online. I think just say fall off the track. Use a mushroom or use a super horn, or just dodge it essentially.
Yep. Yeah. So dash food, like I said, there's basically 3 tiers: small, medium, and large. Small gives a boost of like roughly 1 second. Medium is a boost of roughly 2 seconds. I believe it's the same length as a mushroom boost, and then large is roughly 3 seconds. Those aren't the exact values. The exact values were listed in a spreadsheet somewhere, and I meant to study that before this, and I forgot. It's fine. So somebody has done the science, and to whoever that is, I should also probably remember that. Thank you for doing that, because that's genuinely extremely helpful.
Yes.
And especially in a game that's so new and we don't have the tools to really look through the files or anything, doing that kind of science is very difficult and very time-consuming. So shout out to the people who have been doing that for this game.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I was wondering why you got a kebab earlier.
So, unfortunately for this run, I actually turned off the feature where you can transform. For me personally, the little orb that goes around the character, it's kind of distracting. It's also a little surprising considering that I also play Puyo, and that involves a lot of colors. The transformation is just too much for my eyes sometimes, and I kind of like the costume that I'm currently wearing for Bowser. So I'd rather not change that for a temporary bit of time. But anyway, so this is the 3rd rally, and we're actually starting off with Bowser's Castle, which unfortunately we won't be able to play the entirety of the track of. However, we do have an incentive to where I can show off some shortcuts. Is that right?
That is right. That is our $3,000 milestone incentive we have for the very end of this event. If we manage to raise just an extra $203.88, we will be able to show off all of the shortcuts that are not getting shown in either the all knockout tours or the all mystery panels runs tonight. Peas, I'm sure you're very excited to get to show that off.
Yes, because I have been practicing a handful amount of shortcuts. For not only the speedrun, but also for online, which is even more of a challenge considering that everyone who plays the game competitively should know these shortcuts and will be going for them online. So, but
there are some absolutely ridiculous shortcuts in this game. The new mechanics make for some really cool looking shortcuts, some very fast shortcuts. They're just very impressive, and you know, given the nature of knockout tours and all panels, they just won't be shown in either of these runs, so please get that met. I promise you will not regret it. You very nearly hit yourself with that green shell. That was terrifying.
Shout out to the X button. Oh, that's Kamek. So Kamek is also bad, because that's bad, and also it cancels your drift, which is not cool. Same with bullet builds. So you don't spin out when you get hit by a build, but if you're doing a drift, you can kiss that goodbye. And I've actually lost a race, lost a amount of races because of either Kamek or the bullet build just canceling my drift, and that I don't like that change genuinely. But you don't have to worry about that for the most part, at least in speedruns. I'm gonna try my best to not share my fair share of complaints that I have playing this game online, because a lot of folks have been wanting a new Mario Kart game, myself included, and they delivered for the most part. Hopefully we can see some changes, because there is some competition with other racing games like Sonic Racing Crossroads and Kirby Air Riders, and I know Helix in particular is very excited about Kirby Air Riders.
And you in particular are very excited about Sonic Racing Crossroads.
Exactly. Alright, we can dodge this blue shell.
It's a good day to be a silly racing game fan.
Absolutely. But enough about that. We're playing through Toad's Factory, and I think a lot of folks have been wanting to see this track return. Also, the Boo can't steal Mega Motion, so I can hold on to this as much as I want to, but I am going to use this to take a shortcut at some point, so I have to hope and pray that it doesn't get shocked out of me.
Yes, you are not affected by off-road when you are in a Mega Mushroom.
Actually,
same goes for if you are in a Boo as well.
Let's do this for science.
Ooh, science mid-run? I'm down.
Yeah.
Well, I do like science.
Oh, those poor cows.
Those poor cows. You can actually trick off of these cows, which is pretty interesting.
Wait, really?
Yes. The time trial for this track is pretty awesome. You know what? I think
This is news to me because I swear I tried that and it didn't work, so I must have been doing it wrong.
so. What I can do for the Ashoka showcase is show off one of the time trials for this game. I guess the current world record for moving minnows is again pretty awesome. Same with the Whistle Stop Summit and Bowser's Castle. Even though this game, you don't really have to do a lot of these strats. If you spend time in time trials like learning them, it's just so awesome.
It's very
No.
satisfying. I find this game uniquely satisfying because of the new mechanics.
Yes. Now the island system
Jeez.
very chaotic, but the driving, chef's kiss.
Peas, I am curious.
Yes.
With the shortcut showcase that you'll be doing, are those also going to require you to have Bowser as your character you're playing as?
Some tracks depend. You can do the nice thing about this game is that you can do almost any strat with any character. But lightweights have the best handling, the best acceleration, also, as well as the best mini turbo stat. So, some of the like tight turns and whatnot definitely carried by a lightweight. So, I will be using Baby Daisy or Toadette, maybe even Bowser for some of them. But for the most part, I'll be using Baby Daisy because for the 30 tracks
Interesting.
speedrun, Swoop is the main character that's to be used. Because of animation time.
Yeah,
Oh.
in 30 tracks, when you win a race, each character has, of course, an animation that plays. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just seeing you get owned by a shell and then still rewind to dodge the blue shell was just a very funny sequence.
Yeah. There are no iframes off of that, by the way, so I was forced to rewind.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so each character has different victory animation lengths, and that does matter for the speedrun. And so, someone, did the science, did the math, figured out how long each animation length is, and Swoop turns out to be one of the shortest while also having very good stats.
Mm-hmm.
I also just like Swoop. That's another just very, very friend-shaped creature, so I'm not complaining.
You say that, and then you play against a Swoop that it's just out for blood.
I think you just hate creatures, Penis.
Yes, I do. Except the Parabady Bud. I think the Ladybug is cute because in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Ladybuggy was my main cart, and I love the Ladybuggy. So adorable. But
So you admit it. Ha! That's how you get him.
see, I would be using the Ladybuggy, but it's not the best cart in the game, and that makes me very,
No, it's not.
very sad. You can still use it, but it's not fast.
Mhm.
Alright, so we're driving through Cheap Cheap Falls again. I kind of like this track. It's unique, and I kind of mistook this for Dragon Driftway because it has very similar instrumentation, but it's not Dragon Driftway. It's a brand new track, and if you actually use Mario, Luigi, or Peach, you can actually get an exclusive costume in there. It's very oriental, very cool. So we're almost to Faraway Oasis, which I like to call the Lion King. Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or I guess Madagascar, Escape to Africa, if y'all have seen the movie. Alright. So, Faraway Oasis... Oh, wow. Thank you, Shock, for interrupting my sentence. Faraway Oasis is one of the new tracks in this game. One of my favorites to drive, given its strats. So, I can actually... I'll do my best to explain my inputs, as there's a handful amount of parkour that's going to come out of this. So first things first, we're going to get a mini turbo trick off of this, trick in the water. Ooh, gracious, charge the drift here. You can get an edge trick off of that, but it's a little precise, and loses time if you mess it up. So we're going to get a little charge jump off of this ramp here, slow down, trick off this rail. Okay, that was scary. I almost messed that up. Oh, that's a blue shell. Actually, that's...
Oh, what horrible timing.
Rude.
Yeah, you know what? Good rewind.
Because I would have missed that rail if I didn't rewind all the way back there. Okay, that was...
Exactly.
Alright, I need some defense. Preferably a feather, so I can show this shortcut off. That is not a feather, that's fine. So you can actually use a feather to cut this ending shortcut right here, but since we can't do that, we'll just go for an SMT. And then get out of here.
Nice.
And that was far
Yeah,
away.
it certainly works.
All right. So
Felix,
Hello.
I have a question about your all mystery panels run coming up. I'm
I can answer
curious about the
questions.
answer.
I have
Now,
knowledge.
we have that bid war going on to choose between Baby Daisy and Para Bitty Bud. Does that bid war imply that these characters play the same and are otherwise just a costume change between one another?
They do, in fact, have the same stats because they are in the same weight class, the lightest weight class. Interestingly, some characters
Interestingly.
within weight classes do have different stats, but the lightest weight class is not one of them. So yes, they have the exact same stats.
So, Tease, I have a live deal I want to suggest to you.
yes.
Originally, our goal was at the very beginning of Helix's run, we were going to end that bid war between Baby Daisy and Para Bitty Bud to decide which character Helix was going to be playing as. If these characters are equally the same in all metrics, and you're going to be playing as Baby Daisy anyways for the shortcut showcase, how about we let the crowd decide whether or not you'll be playing as Baby Daisy or Para Bitty Bud?
Oh, fascinating.
We can keep it going.
Honestly, I'm down for that.
That is-
I think it'd be fun. Chat, what do you think about that idea? You can tell me in the donations if you'd like to see that happen. Plus, we still need to get donations in for that bid war between Baby Daisy and Parabitty Bud for Helix's upcoming run 2. Parabitty Bud is currently in the lead by only $10, and it would take $11 just to flip it over to Baby Daisy. So, we gotta raise another $204 to get that milestone 2, chat. You can apply to both.
Remember,
We're really close.
Your donations also go toward unlocking that shortcut showcase.
And we only have like an hour left in the night to meet that incentive as well. Come on, chat. It's an extra $200. You've raised almost $2,800 already. We can.
And hey, you should really get them in now, because when my run starts, your eyes are going to be glued to that screen. I promise you.
Yes.
That run is unbelievably fast-paced.
It's going to be intense.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to look away to donate, so you should just donate now.
That,
Also, my run will go way faster than you think. It's absurd.
Yeah.
That run is ridiculous.
okay. So there's a strat that I was actually trying to go off, and that's actually one of the only times that I've missed that, but I have another chance of uploading it off here. Oh, that's a blue shell. I have to rewind here.
It will never not be funny.
So we're gonna trick off of this, get on this rail, and there we go. It may look scary at first, but you can trick off of that little pole there. Oh, that's a green.
Yeah, I like to call that an object boost. I don't know what people actually call it. If you have done a charge jump, or if you have tricked off of a ramp, or simply in midair, and you hit like a pole in midair, or something similar, you'll automatically trek off of it, which can be very useful, and in fact is used for some strats that would otherwise be impossible in the all question mark panels run.
Alright, so speaking of cool, we're coming up to my favorite track of the whole game, DK Pass, which we will get to see again in Knockout Tour as a Lap 6 track, so I'm really excited for DK Pass. There is one strat that I will have to leave out because it is almost impossible to perform it with 20 coins on this combo. It's unbelievably fast and much easier to do it with the lightweight, so I will show that off in the Shortcut Showcase. Alright, so...
If I'm not mistaken, you have a 5% speed boost at 20 coins as opposed to 0 coins.
Exactly. And it makes a lot of strats more difficult to perform because you have that many coins.
Yeah, it sounds small. 5% sounds like not much, but it's absolutely enough to matter.
Okay. I gotta remember that there's another shortcut here. Again, shout out to Luigi Fan for me stealing their strats. That was one of the world records. I do have plans to return to this category again once I do some more research on the iteration strats and figure out how to better manage my luck. Because while this category is fun, trying to optimize it is extremely annoying given that, well, case in point, red shells and shocks and blues. Not fun. Okay, it's right here. Oh, that's fine. So I was supposed to trick off of the pole there, but that's actually fine because we can show up this ending here, and we're back on the road, and we're still ahead. That's 2 reds, so that might be triple reds from second place. No, okay, we're good. So we're coming up to one of Helix's favorite tracks, actually, Salty Salty Speedway.
Yeah, I really do like that track. I just think the the way they designed it allows for a lot of creativity.
And also pretty good.
And that's, oh boy, that definitely shows in the panels run.
So the water physics in this game are, I would say, very finicky. Because
Yes.
in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you can drive underwater. That's not the case in this game anymore, which kind of makes me sad because some of the tracks that were underwater were really cool, to say the least. But here, I'm not going to go for a box. I'm going to show something pretty funny. So,
Ooh.
with Bowser and Real Racer, you have max stats across every type of terrain. That includes water, dirt, not really sand, but like, I guess you could call it like, I did say dirt. I think ice? Regardless, there's different types of terrain, and Bowser has the best stats across all of them. And some characters in time trials are used over Bowser for not only the max speed, but also the mini turbo boost. Like for example, Muma Meadows, the cow is used for the world record because she has the best stats for I guess that dirt terrain, and also a better mini turbo stat than Bowser. So that's your little fun fact about speed tiers in the Mario Kart world. So we're coming up to Peach Beach, and we're going to be taking a vehicle for this. And it's actually funny that we were talking about vehicles before the run, Helix. Because apparently something happens when you... Oh, am I going to hit? No. Something happens when you... or I guess something doesn't happen when you touch the vehicles in all panels.
Yeah. I have had runs die before because you cannot activate panels when you're in a vehicle. It's the funniest possible way for an all panels run to die, but also uniquely tilting.
Yeah.
It's rare, but it does happen.
Alright, so if you see me shaking in the camera, it's because I'm doing a motion trick. So you can actually shake your controller to hop and to trick, which is very important for Wario Shipyard, which is coming up very shortly, and I think we should bring out Captain Marcy, no?
I think that'd be a mighty fine idea.
Alright. So I actually need to focus for a few seconds here. Do I get this? Yes, I do. Oh, that's very hard with 20
It's
coins.
awesome.
Alright.
Wow, that was really impressive. I love that shortcut.
One more, if I can get this.
Yeah, this track is
no.
becomes quite technical.
I got the trick
and
there.
the water. Oh, I see. Yeah, this track becomes quite technical, especially with the water involved.
Honestly, what...
It's just another example of wall rides and rails and object boosts and charge jumps, just adding so much depth to this game and just making so many cool shortcuts possible that would otherwise not even be conceivable.
Oh, that is not supposed
What
to
the
happen.
heck?
That's never happened before.
So you
It
got
was
an
a
object
strange
boost.
occurrence we had there.
No kidding. So you got an object boost instead of getting on the rail. That's hilarious. Also nice, just going on the side to finish out the race. That's cheeky. I like it.
And that was Wario Shipyard. It's definitely not like the original, where you are driving underwater, but it makes great use of water and rails. And it's my second favorite track in the whole game. I loved it in 7, and I love what they did in this game. The time trial for it is very much painful because it's a pace lock track, pace lock track. All right, so we're coming up to probably one of the worst cups, strictly because of this lap 1. So I need to hope and pray that I have at least triple shrooms. And in the meantime, Marcy, if there's any awesome announcements or anything that you would like to say, now's the perfect time.
I would just like to remind you all that we have that milestone incentive coming up here at the very end of this event. If we can just raise another $200, that's like 7% of the total amount raised overall for this entire event. We will get to see Peas show off a bonus showcase of all of the cool shortcuts that are not being shown off in either this run or in the all mystery panels run that Helix will be doing right afterwards. And we still have to get those donations in for the bid war that'll be at the start of Helix's run and at the start of Peas' run as well, for which character Helix and Peas will be playing as during their respective runs. It is a race between Baby Daisy and Parabitty Buddy. Parabitty Bud, I want to call him my little Parabitty Buddy because he's so cute. Which character Helix will be playing as, and then what Peas will be playing as. Parabitty Bud is currently in the lead with $50, while Baby Daisy close behind with $40. That's an $11 difference to have Baby Daisy.
That only applies to Peas if we meet that shortcut showcase incentive, correct?
You are absolutely correct. This is only going to apply to Peas if we're able to meet that incentive for the milestone as well. It's just $3,000. We're nearly there, y'all. We can get through to the end here. We only got an hour left.
If you donate to the bid war, that also counts toward that $3,000 milestone. So there you go.
It sure does. It is a 2-for-1 special here for the finale. It is a wonderful deal. Going for do a wonderful cause, the Girls Makes Games Scholarship Fund.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's part of why I submitted to this event. I saw that, I was like, oh, that sounds like a cause I want to support.
Oh, it's such a fantastic cause. They are doing such important work with the gender inequity that exists with game developers currently. Do you two know about the growing gap of the gender inequality in the game developing space?
Wow. Huh?
As a trans person who worked a community management job in the game industry, yes.
Well, Peas, if you have a good moment, I'd like to remind chat of what we're raising money for here today.
Go for it.
So, Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund is the charity that we are benefiting here at Completithon. And for those of you who may not know this, while women make up nearly half the gaming population, less than 24% of game developers in the US are women. Girls Make Games was created to address this gender gap and create a space for girls to explore the world of video games. To date, nearly 25,000 girls in 160 cities and 22 countries have accessed game dev workshops, summer camps, and tutorials. GMG's published titles have been downloaded over 190,000 times on partner platforms like PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Creators Program, Steam, and Google Play. By inspiring girls to engage with Steam through the fun and creativity of game design, we're creating a world where girls have the chance to discover their potential through gaming and game dev. That is the charity that we are here raising money for today. And we want to see that $3,000 milestone cross so we can get that shortcut showcase right at the end of this event.
What's our current total? How far away are we from 3,000?
Oh, we are at $2,796.12. That is just over $200 away. That is a splash. A what's the word for it's a teardrop, but from the ocean. A drop of water in the bucket. That is the total amount we've raised for this event so far. My goodness, words are hard. Y'all have done wonderfully, and I know we can hit the end of this milestone.
Donate? What is that analogy? Wrong answers only. Anyway, yes, that is totally doable, but you need to donate now, because also, like I said, when my run starts, it's gonna go by real quick, and you're not gonna want to take your eyes off that screen, so.
We are going to lock in, and that bid war for Helix is going to be closing in like 30 minutes or so from now. So make sure to get those donations in, and to put them towards the bid war choosing between Baby Daisy and Parabitty Bud.
Yes. Keep them
I'm
coming.
partial to Parabitty, Peas is partial to Baby Daisy. If you have no preference, you could just, like, I don't know, randomize your donation. I think you can, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you can put part of your donation toward one character and part of your donation toward the other. Does
you
allow that?
Absolutely can split your bid war donation like that.
You could do that. So you could just get silly with it if you really wanted to.
And all donations, regardless of whether or not they're going to the bid war or not, will be going towards that milestone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll take it. That was for science.
Interesting.
Interesting.
All right. So, first things first. One, women are awesome. Always support women.
Real.
Let's go, women. Love women.
And
Shout out to women in games and also out of games.
It's true.
And secondly, this is DK Spaceport. One of the brand new tracks to Mario Kart World. I don't like the track personally, but the music for it, absolute banger. If you listen very closely, it's literally the main theme of the original Donkey Kong game. So in a way, it's kind of a specialty for DK, Mario, and Pauline. Any Pauline enjoyers? No,
Oh, don't get me started. Oh my, I love tall women in the Mario universe. Oh my lord.
oh, it's perfect. No.
And then an immediate red shell. That's funny.
Okay, fun fact, that rewind was shorter because the game did not know where else to rewind after I fell off the track. So that's like one of the only rare cases of the rewind being shorter than 2 seconds, which is awesome. Alright.
I remember another reason you should donate to have Parabitty Bud win that bid war. My chat decided like a week or two ago that Swoop and Parabitty Bud are lesbians. So
I love that.
Oh my goodness. We gotta do it for the lesbians.
Okay, cool.
they're in the same weight class, so you know they're both optimal.
Alright. This is probably one of the more difficult intermission stress that I'm going to go for here. So we're gonna get some tricks on the rail. And I have to trick off of this pretty early. Oh! Well, you know what? Pretend that I got that glider. So the glider would have saved a little bit, but the alignment tricks actually matter. So the multiple tricks in the air, you can either use that for alignment or to stall for more air time. Which, I mean, sometimes it can be fast, and sometimes it's probably not worth it to do multiple tricks. I personally do like multiple tricks, since it kind of feels nice, and as someone who's played a lot of Sonic Riders, I'm very used to pressing a lot of buttons whenever I'm tricking and whatnot. So I really like that feature in this game. So
That will come up in the all panels run as well, especially if you're in the air, you know, you're tricking into the air. If you trick left or right, like P said, those are basically alignment tricks, and they will shift your cart to the left or to the right. That becomes very important in certain spots in the all panels run as well.
Alright, so this is Desert Hills, but we're not playing the track in forward direction. We're playing this in reverse. So
Which is awesome.
thankfully, those were not triple reds. So this is pretty decent.
Nicely done.
Alright, so we are just a little over halfway done with Knockout Tour. I'm actually surprised that we're going through this relatively quickly, because most of the time I'm pretty much just crashing out and resetting because I'm getting shock blued, like getting redded 7 times in a row. Like it's very taxing, to say the least. Sometimes
You're making a big mistake stating that before the run's over.
oh, you're so right. No, it like
Oh no.
like I want the marathon luck to happen to me. Like, I really do. If it happens to me in Monkey Ball 3D, I want for it to happen in this game so I can feel better about it. You know? But it's fine.
Shout out Super Monkey Ball.
I'm having a grand old time with this game, and I hope everyone else is as well. And if you're not, then you're probably going to explode.
Real. Can confirm.
Alright, so we're starting off with Toad's Factory here. And, oh! Yeah, goodbye, plant. Now, I believe... No, it's the next cup where I'm going to show off a strat that I am going to show off in the shortcut showcase. Now, with these shrooms, I have options, actually. I think I want to... Debating...
Enjoy the on-the-fly routing that you have to do depending on your items.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
This is, in the mind of a competitive Mario Kart player... I'm getting redded, that's okay. Just want to get back to full speed.
Mm-hmm. Especially important with Bowser's slow acceleration.
And just like that, we are done with Toad's Factory, and we're going to go straight into a track that should have appeared in 8 Deluxe, and that being Wario Stadium for Mario Kart 64.
I love what they did with that track in this game.
Yes. It was already like one of the more iconic more iconic tracks in MK64, especially if you watch the speedrun, you'll know that there's an ultracut.
Yeah.
There's an ultracut that you can do at the beginning, which cuts off more than a minute, I think, and you can literally just do it like over and over to basically like play the whole track. But they added rails, and I think that's actually really all they added. Rails and wall riding. Can't forget that.
Yeah, I mean, the addition of wall riding, just in general, completely changes the dynamic of that track, and then you throw the rails into the mix. It plays completely differently than it does in Mario Kart 64.
Get away from me!
You just got rammed by the item car.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
So,
Excuse me?
that nuisance is random, and unfortunately, it decided to almost ruin my day. It can actually spit out mushrooms, but it mainly spits out bombs and nanas, and it tries to be annoying, and it did a really good job of being annoying. That's a Star Patooey. All right, we're gonna be a little funny.
Oh, I think I know what you're doing here.
Oh.
And give me that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. Spreading the road rage.
And then I have to shoot through here, or else I'm off the track. So if you're in that,
Oh, making it
Probably
look
worth it.
planned.
what were you gonna say, Helix?
That was probably worth it.
Yeah. The way that little mud works, if you're in it for too long, same with lava. If you're in it for too long, Blackitude will pick you up, and it's a little annoying. So you need to have a mushroom, or at least a form of a speed boost, to carry you through those sets of off-road. And Josh and Show, do not hit me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly what I thought. Any Josh and Chuck enjoyers? I think he's pretty awesome.
I mean, football season did
Oh,
just start, but I don't know. I kind of think he needs to chill out a little bit. He's like throwing footballs onto the track sometimes. Like, dude.
Yeah.
I understand why he does that, and I will come to bat for my boy Chargin' Chuck. He's had a rough time. We've jumped on his head so many times.
You're-
In 3D World, yes.
Come to bat, but we were talking about football, not baseball.
Well, speaking of balls, did you know that if you eat a Charging Chuck in SMW, you get an orb?
Oh,
With Yoshi,
Aw.
not Mario. Mario does not eat the Charging Chuck, the Yoshi does, but sometimes that happens.
okay.
I don't know where I was going with this bit.
Understandable.
My brain immediately went to
Heck,
Monkey Ball, but
it.
it's me. That's not surprising.
No, that was
I'm
earlier
so
in this
far gone.
event, unfortunately.
Shout outs to Monkey Baseball.
Tria. Shoutouts to Monkey Football, and by that I mean Monkey Soccer.
Yep.
Surely called Monkey Football by those in Europe and elsewhere in the world.
Okay.
There's not-
What are we talking about?
Yeah, okay, this is actually a genuine question.
Mario Kart, presumably.
So this is a genuine question. In the PAL version of Monkey Ball 2 and Deluxe, did they actually change the name to Monkey Football, or is it still Monkey Soccer?
I think it's still Monkey Soccer, but I don't know for certain.
It's kind of interesting to think about, because obviously this is years later. I think starting in Mario Kart Wii, there were actually regional differences with track names, and I guess certain characters too in vehicles. So, like for example, in Mario Kart Wii, I'm sure y'all know DK Summit. In Europe, it's actually called DK's Snowboard Cross, and then for Wario Shipyard, it's called Wario's Galleon in non-American releases of the game, which is pretty cool. Alright, so speaking of DK, we're coming up to DK Pass, but it'll be after Cheap Cheap Falls, and I am gonna have to rewind again. Cool. I love pressing down at the D-pad to avoid a blue shell. So cool. Alright. So we get to race like the beginning of Cheap Cheap Falls, and then we're just playing the game from there. So I do need this dash item here for a bit of a safety feature, to say the least.
And muscle memory really threw me for a loop when you the actual track. There's wall right on the bus, that's fun. The actual track of Sheep Sheep Falls kind of curves left at a certain point. The P's kept going straight, and for a minute I was like, why are you still going straight?
Yeah.
Forgetting that this is knockout time.
Oh. So, here's your little unfun fact. There's actually no timer on shocks or blues. So, theoretically, there could be another shock that could be pulled like at an item set, or there could be another blue that could be pulled at that set. So,
Oh, that's terrifying.
yeah, I learned.
Love that.
Thankfully, it hasn't happened to me, but there was one race. It was actually on Sky High Sunday. Someone threw the blue, and then my teammate got into first. So I'm talking about competitive Mario Kart. I was playing Lounge. So my teammate got into first, and not even 2 seconds after my teammate got into first, they got blued, and we got a bad race off of it. And like, so for reference, in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, there was a 30-second cooldown between shocks and blues the moment that it was used, not when it was pulled. But they changed that in this game, which is a little unfortunate. But we're not playing that game. We're playing this game, and we're playing the best track in the game. I'm going to shut up real quick as I show up some of these strats here.
Oh my gosh.
An awesome
Oh,
cut.
I'm getting redded. I need to rewind so that I can show this off nicely. So we're going to drive up the track here. There we go. All right, skip this item
This
set
track is
here.
Eaty.
absolutely full of really cool shortcuts.
Nice.
Double tree bounce, that one's... There's just something so satisfying about that. I love that the game lets you do that.
So the fastest strat actually gives you a triple tree bounce, but it's really difficult to execute. And I've only gotten it a handful amount of times in time trials, and actually, I think once I got it online, I was able to pass the person
Ooh.
because they got double trees. So yeah, it's a little harder than it looks, but once you practice it, it becomes muscle memory, as with like any other things. So there are 2 more rallies left, which is meaning we're very close to the end of this run. We have about 20 minutes left, 20 or 50 minutes left. And
Cool. Yeah, and then there is Rainbow Road, and then all panels, which means there is not that much time left to decide which character I'm playing.
15 to 20 minutes to get that bid war decided for Helix's run. Absolutely.
Rainbow Road? What? I'm also showing off Rainbow Road? The unlockable track in this game that's only available whenever you complete every single knockout tour and every single Grand Prix. I think it's only every single Grand Prix. I'm trying to remember the requirements. But anyway, Rainbow Road, I like the track personally. It's a different experience from the usual Rainbow Roads, because we were all thinking that they were actually going to bring back like 2 Rainbow Roads like they did in both Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8. But that's not the case. Well, actually, they brought like 5 Rainbow Roads, or sorry, 4 extra Rainbow Roads in 8 Deluxe. Now that I think about it. So I hope to see some DLC in this game. Like, we kind of need some more tracks because not many people enjoyed the intermissions, and which is honestly fair, but at the same time, these 30 tracks are going to get stale very quickly. So, and this is the cup where I can't show off some new strats. Honestly, that's okay, because our little backup is actually using a dash item to take a shortcut here. So I'll just grab one now. I need to pick up another one before we get to Mario Bros. Circuit. And I'm a little low on coins right now, which is not great. Now, for Knockout Tour Online, you actually do want to use a lightweight, because acceleration is very, very important, whereas offline, we want to break away from the CPUs as best as we possibly can. Because Nintendo did not train these AI to do human shortcuts, if you know what I mean. I think they are trained. I think they are trained to do Nintendo shortcuts, but not what we humans have found.
Definitely.
Okay, we didn't lose that much speed, so that's good.
Acceleration is more important in online races, just because, you know, with human players, they're going to be better, and so they will be closer to you, which means you will get hit with more items.
Yep.
Significantly more items, so acceleration becomes far more important.
And also the handling aspect of it. So the one shortcut that I didn't show up in DK Pass, you actually want to get on the wall right before that pole, and you actually save 1 second from doing that. But the reason why I don't go for it with Bowser with 20 coins, it's purely off of the handling aspect of it. Bowser's handling is really not that good, like naturally. So, ooh, I do not have a dash item, so I'm gonna have to do the easier setup of it. So what I'm gonna do is actually trick off of the Luigi sign, or not. Wait, give me a shell. No, I'm getting blued. No. All right, you know what? We'll save it for the showcase.
These NPCs hate fun. Oh my goodness.
They do. So
they just look. They just want you to donate so we can get the shortcut. Okay.
That is even more incentive. We only have $200 left to hit that incentive, and only about an hour left in this event. Plus, I mean, hey, start of Helix's run is in like 15 to 20 minutes or so, and that's gonna be when we'll be ending the bid war between Baby Daisy and Parabitty Bud for her in particular. So Parabitty Bud's been in the lead this entire run, and I would love to see our friend Baby Daisy get a chance to shine in that run. So if you want to make that difference, get your donations in. You only have like 15, 20 minutes left.
I think personally you should just donate to extend Parabitty Bud's lead.
Make it a bit competitive, you know.
Let's get some variety in here. Parabitty Bud has been in the spotlight the entire time of this lead. Let's give Baby Daisy just a chance here, I say.
I mean,
make Parabitty sweat a little, why don't you?
I like both, but Baby Daisy, she was my main in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for like the longest time before Yoshi took over the game. All right.
Unfortunately, this isn't double dash. We cannot do both. Yeah. You have to pick, chat.
All right. So this. Ooh, actually, wait. I don't check off with this. I'm going to do a charge jump off this tree, get on top of this, and then bada bing, bada boom, save some time. Get on this rail to save a little bit of time. Oh, fun fact. Every character has a universal rail speed. However, for some vehicles, it's different. So getting on a rail is, at least with Bowser, it's just as good as driving on just regular road because of the speed stat. Oh!
There's so many hidden stats in this game between rails and different types of terrain and, you know, mini turbos.
Yeah, so much. Alright, so I like to call this section of Crown City Radical Highway to all my Sonic fans out there. Because, like, if you literally, like, ride on these things, it's... You just get that sense of Shout at the Hedgehog just grinding on those rails at the beginning of Radical Highway, hearing the iconic, you know, Radical Highway soundtrack. So it was on the side the whole time, but for some reason it wasn't spitting out mushrooms, but that's honestly okay. I did tank like 3 reds though, so it's... I kind of wish a blue show would come around here so I could show myself dodging a blue off of one of these grounds, which I had done before in one of my older PBs. Alright, so we're coming up to Faraway Oasis, but we're actually driving through the Madagascar part of it. So honestly, there's really like nothing until I get to Great Block Ruins. So Marcy, if there's any more announcements or any more like yapping that you would like to do, go for it.
Well, what I would say is, I just want to remind chat real quick what we're raising money for. We have $200 left to hit that incentive by the end of tonight. It would be the very last thing we'd be seeing at this event today, that shortcut showcase being shown off by Peas. And if you'd like to know what we're raising money for, we are raising money for the Girls Makes Games Scholarship Fund. This is a charity that in 2024 was founded in order to provide girls with the space and resources to explore the world of gaming and help them pursue careers in game development. Girls Makes Games has helped their alumni go on to graduate high school, college, and on to jobs in the gaming industry and wider STEAM fields. With help through your donations, the Girls Makes Games Scholarship Fund will give women and girls the support they need to reach their fullest potential. And I think we can hit that $3,000 mark to not only raise a ton of money for this wonderful scholarship fund, but also to get that shortcut showcase shown off for you all tonight. It is the last day of the event, y'all. This is our last opportunity to get as much content out of this event as we possibly can, and I would love to see us hit that mark so that we could get that money to Girls Make Games. Show some love with those bid wars that we have going on is what I say, because I think Baby Daisy has not gotten the love that she deserves at all today. She has been in last place the entire time with this bid war, and it would take only $11 to flip it over in her favor. And I think that you in chat could be the difference that will bring her to the front and gives her the recognition she deserves.
All right, I'm gonna be
Parabitty Buddy gang, rise up. We gotta make sure Baby Daisy doesn't steal this lead from us. All right, Peas is doing important stuff. What's going on, Peas?
So that trick is a little difficult. I was able to get on that rail. Now this is the hardest part of the track. We're gonna do a little bit of a super bounce. Get on this rail. I have to trick right around here. Bounce off this pole, thank God. Trick off of this, hit this ring, and nailed it.
That shortcut is so cool.
Nice.
What if I were to tell y'all that's actually the easier version of that whole cut? There's another variant where you can actually cut through the box and save a handful amount of time by doing so. It's very precise and very difficult, and I've not even mastered that either. So that's something you would like want to watch in the time trials, and I personally wouldn't go for it online. I think for the showcase, I'm only going to show things that I would go for online, or at least in the speedrun. That's pretty much reasonable. So we are coming up to the final cup in the game. I might be on PB pace. I'm genuinely not sure because this feels a little bit too quick to my liking.
I was thinking it. I didn't want to say anything. Actually was going to speedrun.com right now to look up what your PB is.
Yeah, it's an hour 10 minutes and 56 seconds.
Oh my gosh, chat, we might not have as much time as we're expecting to influence that bid war for Helix's upcoming run. We might have less than 10 minutes left until Peas beats this run tonight.
Yeah, this is going very quick.
Yeah. All right, so this is the scary beginning because we go through Shy Guy Bazaar, and okay, this is where the bots can be a little bit annoying here. They turn into humans for like a few seconds. I would say the ending to this is a little hectic too. This is one of the more longer first couple of sections because we drive through Shy Guy Bazaar and Airship Fortress for the final time. Yeah, so we're gonna actually get a little trick off of this. Unfortunately, I believe the Spiny Cup only has a vehicle in that, so there's no more cool things that we can, steal and drive into to potentially dodge power items and such. But for the that was the last charge of a
boomerang.
That was the last charge of a boomerang. So I didn't even know that. Oh, there's a Fairy Bitty Bug. Uh-oh. I gotta be very careful it doesn't try to. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh my goodness, you are getting. This became a bullet hell.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Because I don't think this Bitty Bug wants me to PB. And to that I say, not. I'd win.
Look at the way Parabitty is treating Peas right now, and this is what you donated towards. You want to see this hooligan be the one to take the lead instead of baby Daisy, who hasn't done a single bad thing in her entire life because she's 3 years old. She has not had time to make mistakes yet, and she will not because she's perfect, and that's why we need to get those donations towards that bid war. I want to see her be the character Helix is going to have to play as for her run.
I'll have you know, I have never once played as Baby Daisy in the history of my playing Mario Kart.
And this is our
plan to start
opportunity
today.
We can make Helix finally play as Baby Daisy. This is a wonderful opportunity. We will never get this opportunity again. Now, dare I say it, I don't think we'll ever get this opportunity again. We need to seize the day. We need to take the reins from Helix and show once and for all that Baby Daisy is the correct choice for the character to play as for the All Mystery Panels run that she'll be doing tonight in less than, 10 minutes plus the Rainbow Road incentive that we have too right after this. But very, very soon, we are running out of time to get that money in for that bid war, chat.
All right. So now this is a different direction of Airship Fortress. This feels more like Bowser's Castle than really Airship Fortress. Oh, I thought I got ghosted. Oh, that's a blue shell.
Ooh.
I had to rewind, unfortunately. Since I've... Actually, wait, no, I don't.
Nice. Very good.
You're noticing a little landing boost that Peas gets simply by timing an A press right when he lands from being dropped by Lakitu. Don't think we touched on that yet.
Oh, yeah, thank you for mentioning that. So that is the returning mechanic from Mario Kart 7. Since 8 Deluxe was designed to be more newcomer-friendly to the franchise, Lakitu not only puts you back on the track quicker, but you also don't get that acceleration boost from timing it. I kind of wish that they added that in Mario Kart 8, but it's honestly fine because they put it back in this game. However, you do lose your items, just like older Mario Kart games, which can be a little annoying if you have, let's say, Shock Bill, and you literally have the items to win the race, but you fall off the track off of one little mistake, and then there goes your items.
I've noticed the respawn points in this game are rather generous, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Also, shoutouts to the...
Not always, but most.
Shoutouts to the WAMP. a brand new character to the Mario series. Actually, it's a wamp, but it's a ramp, so wamp.
Wamp.
And this is one of my
What
personal
if he
favorite.
plays the Wamp, Nintendo? Come on.
That'd be so cool.
Okay, they're gonna add a WAMP. I haven't seen a single airport map in this game yet. There was a just missed opportunity there.
Oh, that's right, Sunshine Airport.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true.
Ooh, is that a no? That is not a troll car. Okay, I think we're okay for now. So this is Drybone's Burnout, one of my favorite nitros in the game. I just love the bone dry dunes plus like Bowser's Castle aesthetic that they put into this track. It plays very weird online because if you use your lightning item or the shock right at that first set, you have to force people to get the boxes or either like go for the rail or go for boxes. Basically, it's not official like if you use that shock. So with that, let's just dash through here, save a little bit of time, and we're coming up to Mario Circuit. So fun fact, so this Mario Circuit combines, I believe, I think it's all 4 Mario Circuits, either 4 or 3.
I think it's 3.
Actually, yeah, it's
You
3.
could be wrong.
I'm getting redded. I'll take this red because there's another one. That's triple reds.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Leave Peas alone.
Someone got triple reds and said those are all going to Peas's fans.
Yeah, there's gonna be more. I can already feel it. Just get it out the way now. Come on. No more reds? Okay, cool. So that dash item, I would have liked to use it right for this ramp here, but okay.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Never mind.
That might be... Actually, that's good for me because they would have gotten shocked after the boxes, which is awesome. Oh, mushrooms! Give me that.
Wow, that's your
Ooh.
second mushroom card this rally. What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Mushroom card is similar to the item card. Random chance of spawning. Very helpful, you know, does not throw a bunch of junk like the item card does.
Yeah.
Only mushrooms.
Alright, so we're gonna be traveling through the glider a little bit. Oh, that's not the blue. I will rewind. Alright, what do I get? Oh, more coins. Okay, I will say by far, this might have been the worst rally so far, so that's really good. Like 1 out of the 8 that I played, like were just bad. That's good.
Yeah, it's thrown a lot of items at you, but it really decided to wait to do that, so. The game just wants to give a little bit more time, a little bit more suspense for that character bid wire.
Yeah, and a little bit
That's
suspense as
true.
whether or not I will PB because I'm not timing this myself. So I guess I'll have to retime
It's gonna be close.
I have been watching the RTA timer like a hawk ever since this rally started.
Yeah, we're nearly at the end of this run, and all that's going to stand between us and that bid war finally getting called is going to be this and the Rainbow Road incentive. We do not have that much time, chat, to get Baby Daisy in the lead. I am not biased. I am just simply telling the truth of the facts of the situation that Baby Daisy's not in the lead, and everyone's sad about that.
Look, Baby Daisy's not even a real character, and they made Baby Daisy up.
in Mario Kart Wii.
Specifically. Yeah. At least parody
Alright.
does, like,
All right,
real
your
enemy in a Mario
character's a
game,
shoe. What do you want?
and they're beautiful and perfect.
All right. So
You telling me you wouldn't play as a shoe?
Well, that's besides the point.
all right, we're coming up to the final track of the whole run. This is Peach Stadium, and we have a blue shell. So give me a horn. That is not a horn.
Oh,
Can I fall off the track here? No. I'll just rewind this. All right. Just as long as the timer does not say 1 hour and 9 minutes, I should be on pace. That's a keyword, should. What am I saying? And time's going to be whenever I cross the finish line. I'm not going to go for fancy extras. We're going to play a little safe. All right. Get some more defense for some safety. Make this one more turn. All right. And time. All right. So before I say anything,
GG.
what is my final time?
Watching. All right.
Mhm.
Looks like 1:11:24. Very close.
Very close. Okay.
Not quite.
Oh.
Okay. That's honestly good. Despite all odds, that was a pretty good run. I think this cup definitely was probably the kicker, but it is what it is. I'll take it.
Yeah, you were in the vortex there with some of the items.
Yeah.
Yeah, RNG will be rude like that sometimes.
Still, awesome run, GG. I'm glad I finally got to have some redemption because I was supposed to commentate this run in GDQ, but I got sick and I had to go home early. So glad to have been here for this.
But yeah, I guess. So
Yeah,
what's next?
Felix is not done commentating yet. You got your Rainbow Road incentive you got to show off, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
good idea. All right. So
You're gonna go right into that.
All right, who is currently winning?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me give this a little refresh just to make sure. Well, right now, with $50, we have the Parabitty Bud currently winning this bid war.
All right. So what I'm gonna do, use the Bitty Bud on the Bitty Buggy. And we're gonna play some Rainbow Road now. All right. So the time for this is gonna be a little different since this is in a time trial. I could do this in versus mode, but I'm gonna do a little bit of cheating because I don't remember what my time is, and I guess if I do PB, I'm gonna delete the ghost because I need to do a no items ghost. So time's gonna start on go. Go. Should have given you a quick countdown, but so yeah, this is Rainbow Road. This track takes basically 4 minutes. I think the current road record for this is like 3 minutes and 55 seconds. I might be 1 second off, but regardless, the strats for this are very cool, and I will nerf myself because this is not a shortcut showcase, except for like maybe one cut that I'll do, and if I miss it, then I'll cheat. So this track, it's really beautiful. It feels like an actual Rainbow Road, you know. I will say though, it does continue the Mario Galaxy trope of Rainbow Road, to say the least. As you'll see very shortly, we're gonna be saying hi to some Lumas. All right, I need to see if I can hit this. Release me SMT here. No, okay.
Oh,
All right, we're gonna cheat. So yeah, that can be done as a NISC. The SMT has to still like be running. I think I don't remember exactly how that cut works, but yeah, you can use a mushroom or take that as the NISC. I've seen people miss it online. I have gotten it online. I still need to practice this track, as you can see.
You could also start drifting left and give yourself a better angle at it, but I believe it is a bit slower.
Yeah. All right. So you can use your mushrooms through here. You know what? I already pressed the round button, so we'll just shoot through here. So, oh, we didn't set the Lumos. Now we gotta fix that. Nah. Let's go back real quick. We're gonna throw for content a little bit. Oh.
You can rewind so far in this game.
hi, Lumas.
The Lumas and the Toads.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. They're so cute.
All right, so there's unironically like 2 more minutes left of this track, but I think we're still gonna be under 5 minutes, since that's what I think that's the estimate that I give. Yeah, definitely 5 minutes.
Yeah, this track is super long.
I don't think I've ever seen like a time on the leaderboards that's like 5 minutes, like on my friends list. Like I'd be very surprised if I were to see like a 5-minute time on this track. I think you would have to like fall off maybe, I don't know, 3 times? I don't know.
I feel like maybe even more.
Most likely. I'm not sure how you can play this for 5 minutes in 150 cc. Alright, use your last through here. There is actually a pretty broken gap shortcut that even I actually don't know how to do yet. I imagine the 300 world record goes for it, which is pretty risky, especially so late into the run. shout out to the Japanese Mario Kart community, because they have been huge pioneers in finding strats and finding ways to get them consistently. It's almost like they just see this game a lot differently than English folks do, and it's honestly impressive. And they're very nice enough to post them on Twitter or any form of social media that we can collectively see, and we can just learn it from there. So this is the final lap of Rainbow Road. So there are split paths, and I believe this path is actually faster. I could be completely wrong. Again, still need to practice this. See, the more that I'm driving the Bitty Buggy, I really wish that it was meta, because again, I loved the Bitty Buggy and Mr. Scooty. Those were awesome.
Mr. Scooty.
Now, one thing that we actually didn't really mention is that there's no such thing as inside drifting bikes in this game anymore.
Oh yeah, good point.
I'm kind of sad that they removed that, because it required a different skill set, especially for folks who have played mainly Mario Kart Wii. But I mean, the bikes in this game are really good, regardless. So there are karts, bikes, and ATVs. And actually, for Knockout Tour, I could have used the Junkyard Hard, which is an ATV, and it shares the same stats as the Real Racer. But I was feeling more Real Racer this time around.
I actually will be using the Mock Rocket, which is a bike in my all panels run.
Ooh. All right. All right. Time's gonna be when I cross the finish line, and time.
GG's, Pete.
GG's. And that was essentially my portion of Mario Kart World. So I believe we're going to be moving on to Helix. Is that right?
Yeah, coming up here next.
I hope so. Why else am I here? Really quick, or where can people find you online, PS?
Oh!
This is your run, so I think you should shout out at least your channel.
Yes. So you can find me basically everywhere. My handle is PeasSMB. That is on my Twitch, twitch.tv/PeasSMB. My YouTube's also PeasSMB. My Blue Sky and my Twitter, you guessed it, PeasSMB. Which totally stands for Super Mario Bros. No, it stands for Monkey Ball. Or Super Monkey Ball. So, I mean, of course, I will shout myself out again later on. I think we all gonna shout ourselves out. But Helix, where can they find you as well? If you totally
Helix13_. I'll talk more in depth about that at the end of my run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for my personal shoutouts, thank you so much to the Mario Kart World Speedrunning community for basically everything, honestly, from finding shortcuts, everyone just posting their PBs, and overall just being a warm and welcoming community. And also shout outs to the competitive Mario Kart community. If you're interested in playing the game competitively, there is a special Discord server for Mario Kart Central, and there's also the Mario Kart World Lounge server. I can't believe that I'm shouting out Lounge, but that's how I've gotten good at competitive kart. Basically, it's the game's like elo system, or like fan-made elo systems. It's Nintendo has not made an official one yet. I really hope to see one like this in the future. But in any case, we make what we can do. That's enough yap for me. I can't wait to see all question panels. I'm really excited. I'm out for now. We'll be back very shortly. Peace out.
See y'all very soon.
Thank you so very much, Peas, for showing off that wonderful run, and for Helix for providing some absolutely amazing comms during it as well. We are not going anywhere though, chat. We have one last scheduled run that we are going to be showing off here tonight. That's going to be Helix's runs of all mystery panels here in Mario Kart World. This is a radically different run than what we just saw for all Knockout Tours. You are not going to want to miss it. We need a little bit of time to get some setup done for that. So we're going to go get that handled now. I'll be back in just a moment. See you soon.